They underestimated Japan, and it cost them an empire. In 1904, the mighty Russian Empire marched into war overconfident, powerful, and unshaken. Across the frozen lands of Manchuria, their generals expected an easy victory, but they had no idea. They were walking straight into a masterclass in modern warfare. This was the Russo-Japanese War, and it would change the balance of power in the world forever. At the time, Russia was one of the largest empires on Earth. Its army was massive, its resources seemed endless. Japan, on the other hand, was seen as a rising but still inferior power. That assumption was Russia's first mistake. Because while Russia relied on size, Japan relied on strategy. For years before the war even began, Japanese planners had been studying European military systems. They trained their officers with precision, discipline, and flexibility. Every movement, every decision was calculated. And when war finally broke out, Japan didn't hesitate. The campaign in Manchuria became the proving ground. Instead of charging head-on into Russian defenses, Japanese commanders did something different, something smarter. They stretched the battlefield. They probed weak points. They avoided unnecessary losses. And then they began to move around the Russian army, not through it, around it. This strategy reached its peak during the Battle of Mukden, one of the largest land battles the world had ever seen at the time. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers, miles of trenches, freezing winds sweeping across the battlefield. And in the middle of it all, a silent, deadly maneuver was unfolding. Japanese forces began pushing along the flanks, stretching Russian lines thinner and thinner. At first, it didn't seem dangerous, but then the pressure started to build. From the east, from the west, from everywhere. The Russians didn't realize it at first, but they were being surrounded, slowly, carefully, inevitably. While Russia struggled to react, Japan moved with precision. Their supply lines were shorter, their troops were better coordinated. While Russian reinforcements crawled across the vast distance of the Trans-Siberian Railway, Japanese soldiers were already in position, ready, supplied, and waiting. And that difference changed everything. Then came the breaking point. Japanese forces tightened the noose. Communication in the ranks began to fail. Orders came too late or not at all. Units became isolated. Confusion spread. And suddenly, what looked like a strong defensive line started to collapse. But it wasn't just tactics, it was psychology. Japan kept the pressure constant, day and night, relentless attacks, unpredictable movements. Russian soldiers began to feel trapped even before they truly were. Morale dropped, fear spread, and once that happened, the outcome was no longer in doubt. By the end of the battle, Russian forces were in full retreat. What began as confidence ended in chaos, and Manchuria became the graveyard of Russian ambition. The war would soon end with the Treaty of Portsmouth, but the real impact went beyond the battlefield. For the first time in modern history, an Asian power had defeated a European empire. The world took notice. Empires felt uneasy, revolutions were inspired, and Japan emerged not as a regional player, but as a global force. This wasn't just a victory of weapons or numbers. It was a victory of planning, discipline, and tactical genius. In the frozen fields of Manchuria, Japan didn't just win a war, they rewrote the rules of it. And Russia? They learned the hard way. Never underestimate an enemy that has already studied how to defeat you.